Hi guys, hopefully the last section went pretty good. Now what we're moving on to is section 4.3b. Now this is where we translate from base 10. So we're going to take our number that we're used to and we're going to convert that to a different base number system. Now probably this is mathematically the most difficult section that we will do in this whole chapter. So make sure you pay attention to the video, you pay attention to the note PowerPoint also that's in the module. If you need to, watch the other videos that are attached. Take your time with this section. It's a little bit different math than what you're used to. Alright, so now that we kind of went over that, let's see what we need to know. Basically, there's 3 steps you need to do to translate from base 10, as was stated in the PowerPoint. First thing you need to do is find the first largest power. So take that list that we've gone through, and it has all the powers, you know, 3 to the second power, 3 to the third, 3 to the fourth, and you're going to find the first number that's bigger than the number you're given to. Alright, now that's the key there. That number will tell you how many digits there are in the answer. Alright, so if it's the first number bigger is 3 to the 5th power, it means there's going to be 5 digits. Then what you do is create a list of divisors. So you go through and divide by not the first largest, but the next one right below that. It's kind of weird to say the first smallest, but the one smaller than the first largest. Alright, and then you're going to continue that list all the way down to 1. And then what you're going to do is start dividing and bringing over the remainder. Now remember, you're not actually going to write and divide and put decimal points. You're just going to put the whole number, whatever that is, and figure out the remainder and bring that over to the next divisor. Alright, so I have 2 examples here, and just like before, if you want to try to pause and see if you could follow along from the notes before and try to solve it. If not, you can just kind of watch and go through. So let's do this. So what we're going to do, first example, we're going to convert from base 10. We're going to take 184 and turn that into the base 4 number. So first thing we need to do is look at our list and find the first base, or our first power for it larger than 184. And I will write those up. So we have our list here, our 4s, and you can see the first number bigger than 184 is 4 to the 4th. Which is 256. So basically, all we're going to use, this is going to tell us our answer is going to have 4 numbers in it, because it's 4 to the 4th. Now what we need to do is create a list of divisors. And so we're going to start with 64 and work our way down. So we're going to do 64 divided by, and then we'll divide that by 16, and divide the remainder by 4, and divide that remainder by 1. Now it's time to basically take that and fill in our numbers. Well, we're going to take our first number, which is 184, and put it in here. So take out your calculator, figure out what 184 divided by 64 is, and you get 2.875. Well, remember, all we're going to do is put 2 here. Alright, we don't care about the decimal. That's going to come from something else. So we put 2 in, and now we got to figure out the remainder. Well, what we do is take 64 times 2. So 64 times 2 is 128. And we're going to subtract 184 from 128. And we get 56. Alright, so we're going to take that 56 and we're going to move it right on over to that 16. So we put that in here, and then we start the process over again. So we take 56 divided by 16, and we take out our calculator, and we do 56 divided by 16. We get 3.5. So we're going to put a 3 here because we don't care about the decimals. And we got to figure out, okay, what's 16 times 3? And once again, we take out the calculator. So you can see there's a lot of calculator work. It is 48. So we're going to subtract 48. And, well, 56 minus 48 is 8. And we're going to bring that 8 on over to here. And we're going to do 8 divided by 4, which is 2. Now we can't just stop there. We got to keep moving on. So we do 4 times 2, which is 8, and we subtract that, and we get 0. And we bring that 0 over. And we got to do 1, or 0 divided by 1, which is 0. Alright, because remember, we're going to need to have 4 answers, or 4 digits. And here are our 4 digits. So if we just stopped here, we would only have 3. We have to remember, we need to have all 4 of them. We got to continue this along. We got to do, okay, 0 times 1 is 0, and then we subtract, we get 0. So our final answer, we're going to write out as 200, or not 200, we actually shouldn't say that anymore. We should just say 2320, and we need to write base 4. Because if we don't write base 4, we're not assuming that if we just leave it 2320, we say it's base 10, but we need to put base 4 there. Alright, we'll do another one, so if you want to pause after this, try your luck at this problem here, and pause it. Now we're going to stop. We're going to take 1985 and convert that to base 7. Alright, so we created our list here, and we can see the first number that we got to that was bigger than 1985 was 7 to the 4th power, which is 2,401. So that's the first number larger, so we're gonna look at these 3 divisors. 343 is the first one, and then we're gonna use 49, which is the next one, and then 7, and then we can't forget about dividing by 1. Now let's go through, and our first number we put in is our 1985. So we take 1985 and we divide that by 343. And we get 5.7871, and we get a whole bunch decimals. Well, we only care about that 5 at the beginning. Now remember, what we need to do is take this 343 and times it by 5. So we take out our calculator again. 343 times 5, and we get 1715. And we're going to subtract that from 1985. And so we minus those two together, and we get 270. And we're going to bring that 270 over to this 49 and just repeat the process. So we're 270 here. And we're going to do 270 divided by 49. We get 5.51. So we get another 5 here. So we'll put 5 here. And then we got to remember to multiply 49 times 5. So we do 49 times 5. If you can do it in your head, that's great. If not, just use a calculator. That's fine. And we get 245. We'll subtract those two. We should get a probably nice number here. Not too bad. It's 25. Now we're starting to get some smaller numbers. You might be able to do these in your head. So we're going to take 25 and divide it by our next divisor, which is 7. And 25 divided by 7 isn't nice. It's like 3.5. So okay, we don't have a 5 anymore. We have a 3, and that's all we care about. So we're going to take 7 and times it by 3, which is 21. And we'll subtract that from 25, and we get 4. And we continue the process again. We bring the 4 over to the 1. Now this is easy. 4 divided by 1 is 4. And we multiply, which is just 4, and we get 0. Okay, so we did it wrong. So remember, we said since 7 to the 4th power is the largest number, we have 4 digits as our answer, and there they are right there. So our final answer is 5534 in base 7. And make sure you write base 7. Now it's really important that you guys work hard on this section, because if you mess up this section, you're really going to mess up the next section. There's a lot of work that goes into these sections, especially the ones that are like the where you can get up to like the 7th or 8th base power. Those take a lot of just multiplication and division, but really all you're doing is a lot of calculator work. You don't have to do any arithmetic in your head or remember any rules or identities. So take your time on this. Remember to use the quizzes. Remember to look back on the videos, and you can even rewatch them. Alright, good luck with this, and we only have one more section after this.